Het is de zaterdagavond van Vera On Track. En ik ben super blij, ik ben super excited. Want ik heb eindelijk weer eens een artiest over de vloer. Niet zomaar een artiest, zometeen te horen en te zien. Biig Piig in de 3FM Livebox. Jess, welcome to the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. In the wonderful Hilversum Hollywood era, you just arrived from Paris. You just drove back this morning, or what was your...
We left this morning, just got here now. So it's been a trip, but it was incredible.
Is it like the rock and roll I expect from an artist who's touring Europe and doing a show in Paris and then driving back and going to Amsterdam tomorrow?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, what do you expect?
Not too much sleep, just together, very cozy in a van, getting to know your bandmates.
Very cozy.
Good. Yeah. But how was the show in Paris? Did you enjoy it?
It was great. It was incredible. It was mad because we haven't done shows here for so long in different parts of Europe, like headline shows.
Yeah.
And so going back and seeing the love in the room was just like so emotional. It was incredible.
Yeah. What's an experience of a show like in the last couple of days or weeks that stills on your head for...
Positive
reasons.
Yeah, there was like a point at Perdida, which is like an old track of mine, which is like super sentimental to me because it was it's one of those songs that I go back to sometimes where I'm like, how did that get me here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think with that track, we'd finished the song and people kept singing the chorus and it went on for like another minute and a half. It was just incredible. So, yeah.
Such a dream.
It was incredible.
Yeah, let's talk about the new mixtape, Bubblegum. Yes. You call it a mixtape, not an album. What makes it a mixtape?
A mixtape because I feel like it's a bridge between an EP and an album in the way that the tracks felt longer than an EP, but shorter than an album. And it's not... I think with like going into an album, I want it to be super purposeful of like a big project. So that's kind of the next stage, I feel like. But for this, it was like, how can I have fun and bring in this project that's not as big, but still isn't? Yeah.
And how do you keep the fun? How do you bring all the pleasure, all the energy to the studio? What's that process like for you?
It is a lot of just off the cuff, kind of like in the flow of the moment, stream of consciousness writing. I love jams, I always have, and I feel like the most kind of personal and intimate things happen that way. You know what I mean? When you get into like lock in with a producer and you're like, okay, it's like having a great conversation where it's just, it flows and then suddenly you don't realize that there was a lot on your mind that you needed to get out. So it's like with these tracks, it was really fun. There's a lot of like, different feelings and emotions.
And Bubblegum, it sounds really sweet. Would you consider your music, this mixtape, sweet in a sense as well?
You know, on the surface, maybe it feels like it, but I feel like inwardly it's like, it's quite a heavy, I guess, story throughout. And I kind of like the fact that like it's disguised. It's almost like that bubble and it could pop and it could stick and it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like a sticky substance.
Yeah. Could you briefly describe what this story is like for the listener that's just tuning in and just thinking, who is she? What are we gonna get? What's the mixtape like?
So basically, it kind of goes through a story of like falling in love and kind of finding yourself in the same toxic cycle of like wanting that to heal you, and then kind of realizing that's not enough and falling back into like self-isolation and just a negative space, and then kind of realizing at the very end like, you know what, like things need to change, I'm really tired of the same cycle. But throughout it, I mean, you've got the honeymoon phase at the start and then you've got the like passionate phase and then the kind of realization that this is what they meant, and then ending in the dark. It's like
story from begin to end,
exactly.
With a happy ending.
With a happy ending, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. I think like internally, a conclusion is the best possible outcome for a story like that. But
And you're going to play one of your new songs as well tonight. One of them is Ghosting.
Yeah.
I heard it has a special hidden meaning, if I'm correct.
Ghosting.
Yeah. Could you explain it a little bit?
Hidden meaning. I mean, I guess.
Because to me, there's also Spanish in it, because I cannot understand Spanish, of course, so that's why,
Yeah. I guess whenever like Spanish comes into my songs, it's always very personal in the way that like, it feels like I'm talking directly to the person it's about. It's something that's always come up in like different parts, but the track is basically about kind of losing yourself in a city and wanting to like kind of escape yourself, I guess, and being kind of followed by the memories of a love with someone that maybe didn't go as planned. Yeah. But it's a lot more fun, I guess.
Yeah. Really looking forward to this session, and especially because of the fact that it's kind of semi-acoustic. It's very intimate. It's very different from what we're gonna hear if the people are going to the Melkweg show tomorrow in Amsterdam, of course. Still tickets available. What kind of song can I play for you? Because I asked you to play to bring a favorite song of you with to the studio as well, Day and Night. Please explain everything about this track because I've never heard it before yet.
I love this song so much. It's Deel featuring Holly Byrne, I think is the vocalist on it, and it's just one of those tracks that you can put on and it makes you want to dance immediately. It's kind of got like this 80s synth in it. It's he's a French producer. He's just unreal, but. Yeah, it's been on rotation for me for the whole tour.
Let's go. I'm gonna play it met alle liefde en plezier. Uitgekozen door mijn gast van vanavond, Biig Piig. Die zometeen dus live te horen en te zien is hier in de 3FM Livebox. Je kunt meekijken via 3fm.nl/live of natuurlijk via de 3FM app.